Welcome back to another episode of Michael's Marathon Mastery Mission, the series where I'm showing you exactly what I'm doing in my training to accomplish my goal of running sub 2:13 in the marathon. It has been a minute since I have updated you, and I plan to cover and go over all things that have gone on over the last couple of months with my training, and hopefully help you understand as well how to responsibly increase your volume and mileage in your own training. Yeah, so, I've kind of been putting off recording this video a little bit. I started this series when I was extremely optimistic. Training was starting to go pretty well. Just as with anybody, I think I had some hiccups along the way and some setbacks. And that's just normal when it comes to marathon training. You're always gonna have something that doesn't go perfectly according to plan. Earlier this year, as was very clear in this series, I was really struggling with sleep and with a minor injury. It's just the nature of having kids, I believe. And with that, I've been trying to do my absolute best to be as smart and safe as I can when it comes to increasing my volume and intensity of my training to prepare for such a lofty goal. I'm recording this video now because as of the last 4 or 5 weeks, I've actually had some really solid training. My sleep schedule has dramatically improved, and things are actually looking really good for my chances at running a good marathon personal best come June at Grandma's Marathon in Duluth, Minnesota. So let's get into it. All right, we are back at the PT. It has been a hot minute since I've both been here, but also updated on my training schedules. I'm grateful to say I've been training healthy for a while, and my sleep schedule has improved dramatically, so things are kind of returning back to normalcy. That said, my dang shin is still a nuisance. It hasn't stopped me, but it's been a nuisance. My whole left leg has been bothering me, hamstring and all this. Scotty's here to help me again. Best in the business, Scotty McKeel here at Intermountain, the Lehigh Clinic. How we doing, Scotty?
We're doing fantastic. I always love being able to stick needles in your post-tib. Amongst other areas, we're probably going to get up the chain today. Might even hit his hamstring, so pretty stoked. He responds really well, more than most people do this quickly. So kudos to Michael Bodison.
All right, that's probably all I got for you today. Gonna move on to some training. This morning, I have got a workout that is going to be a great fitness indicator. I am doing 12 by 1K on the track with short rests, so it's just kind of aggressive threshold style, 45 minutes of reps. So we're gonna get a good idea of where my fitness is at today. I do think I'm in a good place fitness-wise, but I gotta keep in mind that I have been upping the mileage the last few weeks, so I am a little bit tired from that. Regardless, should be a good one. Let's get it going. Now, I just popped over to the local track to do this workout early in the morning because that's really the only time I have to get a solid, large volume workout like this in. And thankfully, the BYU ROTC program was there and they turned on the lights, so that made it nice so I didn't have to run in the dark this time. And this is the kind of workout that you just can't fake. You just have to grind out. Sorry, that's my baby. But yeah, you can't fake this workout. Every kilometer repeat comes after only a minute of rest, and there's a lot of them. And I am really proud of how I handled this workout. I was just locking it in at about 3:03 pace, just under 5 minute per mile pace. All right, I'm out here on my double just after hitting up those K repeats on the track this morning. And I want to touch on how we increase mileage safely using doubles. So first and foremost, if you're not doubling, it's the easiest and safest way to up your mileage. A couple times a week, add in a short run, just like 30 to 40 minutes, easy running. And then after that, you can always just add more doubles and, for the number of days you have in the week of your training schedule. For me, I only double Monday through Friday, since Saturday is my long run day. I take Sundays off. But once I fill up all 5 days, the next thing to do is to increase the double that you do on your hard workout days. I'm a big believer in making sure you give yourself easy days to recover and then keeping the hard days hard. So I tend to do longer doubles on the days that I do my hard workouts. So those days will be significantly higher mileage in total than the off days. So today I'm gonna get in 6 to 8 miles, make sure I keep it a high volume, hard day, so I can take tomorrow a bit more chill and get ready for the long run. So yeah, live in a college dorm building and hack to always having available washers is doing laundry at 5 a.m. surrounding your run, because as far as I know, there aren't any freshmen around here doing laundry at 5 a.m. All right, enough of that, let's move on. It is Friday morning. The grind is real when you're running full mileage, okay? I'm on track for around 100 this week. First time I'll be hitting, even over 90 miles since November of last year. So it's been a hot minute. I'm very pleased with how things are going. Definitely feel a bit tired, but wow, it feels good to be back. And then to cap off this week was the long run. And if you're unfamiliar with what long runs are like around here, we join the famous Olympians Connor and Clayton and pretty much anybody else that's running marathons in the area. I just finished up a 22 miler this Saturday to finish out my biggest week in a very long time. That caps me off to 110 miles with a nice 22 miler today. So in terms of Mission 212, is Mission 212 still on the table for Grandma's Marathon? I'm not gonna say no. It's definitely up in the air now that I had a bit of a rough build here. But today was promising. I felt good for 22. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to just reevaluate in 6 weeks and just kind of see how training goes until then. But yeah, things are trending up. So when I wasn't sleeping very good and, injuries, can't articulate what I'm trying to say. When things are going well, there are certain things that you should do to optimize your chances at succeeding. And one of those things is not training as if you are getting all the perfect recovery that you need. Look, I'm no stranger to the fact that you need to get full and good solid recovery if you're going to be training at your highest level. And since my recovery was, to put it lightly, it was pretty awful, I knew that I had to be very careful with how much training I was doing. And so if you look here, this chart from before, I was doing roughly 60 to 70 miles a week maximum. And even then, I had my injury flare up a few times and I had some down weeks. But once that improved, it was kind of a good moment for me to communicate with my coach how things were going. Sleep's improving, my injury's feeling better. That's when it was about time to start upping that mileage. I did so very cautiously, making sure I got to the physical therapist. I have been in to see him 3 or 4 times just in the last couple of months, just to keep tabs on my injury, make sure that I'm staying healthy, because the last thing I want to do is re-aggravate an injury right when I'm starting to feel a little better and get my recovery up to speed. Getting up to mileage is something that you have to be very methodical and very intentional about if you're going to do so safely and without hurting yourself. Anytime I'm jumping up in mileage, I really do take it every day, one by one at a time, because you don't want to put a goal in your head that you have to hit some mileage goal that you put. But if you're feeling some injury coming or some unusual pain or just not fully recovered, you want to be able to have that flexibility and discipline to not run the mileage you put in your head. So you really have to take it day by day, just one run at a time. I would also like to include that I have this lifetime mileage experience, okay? I've had several marathon builds where I have built to well over 100 miles a week, and therefore, me building back up to over 100 miles in a week is not gonna be as hard for me as it is for someone who's never done it before. And so, that being said, I feel a lot more confident jumping up to that mileage. This is probably a good time to show you. Check out my Strava mileage for the last handful of weeks here. I got the okay, I've been working with my coach, and here we go, just steadily increasing all the way up to last week. I ran 109 miles, okay? Almost 110. That's really climbing up there for me, okay? My peak ever is 120. 110 is a really good, solid high. And this is coming at a perfect time. This is 11, 12 weeks out from my marathon, so I'm feeling really optimistic. Beyond just increasing volume, increasing your intensity and your actual speed fitness is also vitally important to be able to make those high mileage weeks feel easier, but also to be getting the maximum benefit you can from your marathon training, I guess you would say. So in this case, I definitely took a step backwards over the last couple of months with my fitness. The intensity was kind of there, but I've just been struggling with my training. And so I'm really proud to say that, my workouts are really stepping up now, especially with the volume. Now look, if you yourself are looking to increase your speed in your races or marathon, increasing mileage is actually really important. It almost always will make you faster, but you have to do so very cautiously and do so very intentionally. Okay, work with your coach to do so safely. Listen to your body. Take it one run at a time. Do not rush it. You've got plenty of time to teach your body to withstand that kind of mileage and really absorb the training that you're getting from it. That's how things are going. Things are actually going pretty well now, so I'm feeling really optimistic for my marathon. Everybody has setbacks. It's just how you respond to those setbacks, not the fact that you have setbacks, that defines how you're going to perform and who you are as an athlete. So again, thanks so much for following along. I am so excited to continue training. Things are going great. That's not always the case, but let's hope that it continues that way. Mission 212 is a go. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, please take a moment and subscribe and like this video, and I will catch you in the next one.